Machine servicing task number 1. Clean and oil the machine. In oiling and cleaning the machine, we need these tools and materials. You need a screwdriver, old or used toothbrush, orange wood stick, tweezer for picking up threads, rags, preferably cotton, because cotton is oil absorbent. And also you need old newspaper or cartons to be placed below the machine to avoid the spilling of oil on the floor, and also empty container for draining the oil. So if you are ready with all the tools and materials for this task, we can now start. The first step is take off the parts which need to be serviced. So the first to be removed will be the tension, and also later on the tooth plate. Turn it counterclockwise. Make sure that in placing the parts on the machine bed, it should be in the right sequence, so that you will not be confused in returning them later on. Next will be the tooth plate. Set aside the screw. Remove the slide plate. Next step is you have to wipe out or remove the lint and dust with a piece of wire or the orange wood stick using the brush as well as the rags. Let us start with this area so that we can return immediately the spare parts. So you need to use the brush so that we can remove the lints and the dust in this area. So you can use the stick to remove the thread, the lints in the crevices. So after brushing, you can finish off the task by wiping the area using the rag. Make sure that there are no excess oil. And then you need also to wipe the discs before returning them. So I am returning now the tension discs. Spring. I'm going to clean the screen using the brush. Then last, the nut. Turn this clockwise. You can adjust the tension later on. Then we are going to clean the rotary area under the throat plate. So first, you can use the stick in removing the fiber, the lints. Lints, these are the combination of dust and fiber mixed with oil. Later on, we can clean the under part after we're done with the top part. So after using the brush, again, you have to finish off using the rub. You need to wipe the excess oil. Clean also the top plate. Same brush. Including the screw. Sure that it is to avoid noise in the operation of the machine, because if the screws are loose, it will create noise while operating the sewing machine, and later on it will damage the machine itself. Then clean also the slide plate and return it. You can lift partially the head. Or we can return this later on. The next step will be, you have to pick the threads caught in crevices under the bed or the machine head. We are going to use here the stick and also the brush, and we can also use the tweezer. But before you do that, we have to drain first the oil in the oil reservoir. So this is the oil reservoir. As you can see, this machine really needs cleaning, because there are already so many thread and fiber and lints accumulated under the bed. So in draining the oil from the oil reservoir, you have to unscrew the drain. So we need light, if you have flashlight, so that we can see the screw here. Okay, so I can feel it already. So make sure that the container, the empty container, is already prepared under the machine to catch the oil being drained. So in draining, unscrew it counterclockwise. Make sure that the container is already prepared under the machine. So the oil is already draining. You can use the tweezer in removing the screw. Then set it aside. So once we are done with the draining of the used oil, you can set aside now the screwdriver, and then we're going to use the stick, the orange wood stick, the brush, and the tweezer. So remove all the fiber, the thread. Sometimes there are some pins and needles. So here, it is better if you are wearing gloves so that you can pick the whatever dirt here using your bare hands. But now I am using the tweezer. Anyway, you can wash the tweezer later on. You may start from here, under the bed, under the machine head. Make sure that you cover all parts. After you are done cleaning the part under the machine head, you can now proceed with the cleaning of the oil reservoir, the empty oil reservoir. I'm sure there are pins, needles, broken needles here, so you can use the tweezer in removing them. Brush. And then this part. Aside from the oil reservoir, even this area beside the oil reservoir, you need to clean this. You may use tissue paper to clean the reservoir. Because the dirt here are quite stubborn already. So look at the accumulated dirt. After you are done cleaning the oil reservoir, you can now return the screw before returning the machine oil in the reservoir. Turn the screw clockwise. Make sure it is tight enough. we may still use the oil that we drained earlier, but make sure that you don't return the sediments. Sediments should be discarded properly. And then add some more new oil. Then we can bring this down already. Now, clean the bed, the machine bed, the cabinet, and also the motor. The head. Wipe out the excess oil. Also wipe the motor. All the parts under the bed, even the switch. Then the legs. Legs, the foot pedal, for sure there are some threads under the legs, so you have to pick them using the tweezer. After you are done cleaning the legs and all the parts below the machine, you may remove now the cartons or the old newspaper that you have placed here, and then sweep the floor. Oil also the moving parts of the bobbin winder, since these parts are not rich using the self-oiling mechanism of the machine. And then brush it off. And then wipe using the rub. Now we are done with oiling and cleaning. It's time now to test the machine. What is the purpose of testing the machine? Because we want to remove the excess oil accumulated in the proof plate during the test. After testing the machine or running the machine, we can now put away all the tools that we have used in this test.